Thank you. I didn't understand anything what you said, but hopefully it was nice words. Hello, everyone. I'm Olga Isaeva. I came here from Russia, and I'm very excited to be here and present to you today. And the topic, what I'm going to talk about, is how the company's culture is changing nowadays in the remote sphere. So I will start my presentation from the slide about myself, for you to have an idea what is my background and why I'm here presenting for you. So I work in around 10 years organizing corporate events, team buildings, and we actually do gamification mechanics for different requests for the companies. I have 2 travel projects, and about one I will tell you later. The second one is a travel organization, and we do lighthouse trips for people. So we bring them in Russia and abroad to show them the beauty of lighthouses. I actually travel quite a lot, and I conducted events internationally, and I worked more than in 20 countries. And I can do all of this only when I work remotely. So most of my teams, I'm building them remotely. And in my projects, I also daily communicate with people who whether work remotely or they're trying to build their team to work remote. So I have quite an experience in this field. So hopefully my presentation will be insightful and interesting for you. So there is definitely a shift to going remote and to switch companies, right, to have teams to work remote. Could you raise your hands? People who have in your company opportunity to work sometimes from home. Can you work from home? So it's quite a lot of people. And raise your hands still who, it's not from time to time you work remotely, but you have really remote teams in your company. Yeah, not a lot. Right now I think it's around 10% in this room. According to Wall Street Journal, 2/3 of the companies today allow employees to work sometimes remotely. I think in our room it was almost 100%, around 90%. And around 40% is shifting to work remotely 100%. Yeah, these statistics are maybe for United States more, but we see that the trend is here as well. So why it is happening? Of course, there are some benefits of that, and I will talk about that. So first thing is that when we go remotely as a company, we have access for the pool of talents worldwide. So if before you could hire people only from your country or from your city, right now you have huge opportunity where to hire people. Also, this brings an international environment to your company, and this goes to the diversity. And diversity, as a result, better sometimes more difficult communication, but in the end, it's a better result and more creative environment. Also, you can cut costs. How can you cut costs? You cut costs on the salaries, you cut costs on the office space and the taxes. For example, in Russia, taxes that company pays for employees are around 40%. But if you can make an agreement and treaty with the employee as an individual entrepreneur, you can pay only 6%. So this is actually a place where you can save money. There is a statistics that people who work remotely, they are 25% more happy. And happy teams, they are more retaining employees, right? And this is actually a question how to retain employees, so bring them remotely. But not everything's so positive, and there is another side of the coin. People like flexibility, especially millennials. They want to be in charge of their time, but as the company, you want to control them, right? And it's very difficult to control when they're somewhere. So there is a lot of tools that are appearing to control control the time working process. This is just a few examples of them. I think you all know Asana or maybe Todoist is a time tracker program, or Calendly. It's my actually favorite tool that I use daily in my life, in my working process, is a scheduling program. Also, how change the communication right now. When you come to the office, every day you have face-to-face communication, right? And when you work remotely, you have this channeled conversation. You have Slack for everything. Here you work about finance. Here you talk about marketing. Yeah, on the one hand, it's very nice. You don't have any, you have only straight to the point conversations. But on the other hand, they're becoming, a bit boring, and you think that if you have new message there, it's only about work, and you have like, I don't want to open that because it will be something again that you need to do. Communication goes more to online, and there is also both sides. On the one hand, yes, you're also very productive, and when you have Skype talks, you talk only about the job that you need to do. You are not just going around the topic. But on the other hand, these things with the internet connection, someone is chewing in the microphone, and it's very difficult to hear them. So what I'm trying to tell there. It's not that easy because there are both sides. We cannot say that remote is an answer for everything. So this is a table where it's two tables where people say what is the biggest struggle to work remotely and what is the biggest benefit for them. So as I told, like loneliness and communication, people say is the biggest struggle for them. But on the other hand, flexibility is what they value a lot. What is actually fun is that people say that biggest benefit for them is to spend time with the family and work from home. But on the other hand, they said that the biggest struggle is distractions that they have at home. So, this is a human nature that on the one hand we value something, but on the other hand we not actually value that. So, yeah, we are building remote teams now, but one thing is to build remote team, but the second thing is to maintain it, and it's also a process and not an easy one. So you all know about recognition programs that are in the companies. You receive badges and awards and T-shirts and another cup that you are a good employee. This still works. This is still used nowadays. Team buildings, when you go somewhere with your team for 2 or 3 hours, you have these events. This is still needs for the company. But how it will change when we have the team remotely? That's what I want actually to tell you today about, is that in this new world and changing world, the traditional tools that we're using in our corporate life, it will change. And I want to tell you about these 3 examples. Happy hour. It's not about Friday when you go to pizza and beer with your team. It's how you can use digital methods and have these happy hours with your team. Some companies, for example, GitHub, they practice this happy hour when they have a mutual call with their team, and they talk not about job, but they talk about anything, just to keep in touch with their colleagues. They talk about books, they talk about events they talk about the maybe country where now located. The second thing is I'm sorry. It's a boot camps. What is a boot camps? Restation is a company that my colleague that's not with me right now, she founded. It's a place in Gran Canaria where people come and they can live there, and they have a path to co-working where they can just work. And also the product that they're offering for the companies, it's incentive tours when a group of people come and they have a boot camp or hackathon, like 2 or 3 day event where team can work very, very efficiently and in another atmosphere, because maybe they're tired in their office, maybe they're tired to be somewhere and they need to gather all together and understand what's going on in their team and set the goals, work intensively, and then go again back to their locations. The second the project that I wanted to tell you today more in details, it's a Nomad train. It's our Trans-Siberian travel initiative, and we call it workation case. Like it's a workation, it's a mixture of work and vacation. So this is actually the new trend that is appearing right now also in the world, that it's the second step from boot camps. So boot camps is some short time period where team gather and work, and Nomad train is a longer story when team can gather in the train and have some experience together. So what's this about? Actually, it has three things. First, it's train. And train means that it's means of transport. It moves, right? We go somewhere on the train. Second, we work. So we not just stay in the train, but we work there. Third thing is that we create. We have very nice atmosphere that's welcoming there, and each person can create and make his own ideas make happen. Then we make stops in the cities, and in the cities, what do you have? You have exploration. Of course, you come to the new place and you want to see this place. You go to the cities, you explore it. There is intense work. It means that we have coworkings on the cities, and each person can come to the coworking. I'm sorry, I very want to come here, but still a bit ill. So cities is intense work and rest as well. Third thing is a closed group communication. It means that when you're in the train, you actually have no exit, right? You have these people with whom you are, and you need to stay with them and spend time with them, and actually you finish like best friends, and you communicate with them forever and really miss them. So in pictures, working cabins, it's actually also sleeping cabins and travel cabins. So this is a place where you spend your time in the train, and it's actually comfortable for, this cabin is for 4 people. There are 2 dogs on beds on the top and 2 on the bottom, but during the day you move your linens and you can just sit there, you can work or have some workshops and be with your bodies there. In the cities we have co-workings, so we just find places where team can gather all together and have stable internet and work on the location. Train activities. As I said, this thing about creation. On the picture on the left, so we had open space, and means that each person can come up with an idea what he can do in the train. For example, language courses, or digital marketing course, or just yoga class in the morning. And this is a place where you can be proactive and you can just think about ideas that come up to you and show up and organize it in the train. This is usual meals, right? What connects people? Food. And this in the train, there's an additional wagon where you can go and you can eat. So we have organized meals there, and also during day we have some workshops there as well. Some people can work there because there's bigger tables and more space. Memories and sightseeing. These pictures are from Lake Baikal, and it's actually so far one of the beautiful places I've ever visited. And we went there, we had Russian banya, we swam in the lake and explored the place. And of course, these are the moments that I would personally remember till the end of my long life, I hope. And the same for the people. Yeah, it's very beautiful. What we did so far, we had our first trip in 2017, and this is a photo from the group from that year. We had another trip this year, just finished in September, and we are working on the new trips for the next year. So before we worked with we were calling for people, and just random people were coming with us. We had real nomads, people who just travel and work, and all the things that they have is just their backpack and that's it. We had entrepreneurs with us. We had just people who works in the companies. We have PM of Booking.com. We had just business owners, and people could manage their time and enjoy the trip and work as well. Next year, we're thinking about working more with the teams, and the project that we are working at right now, it's with students from one university in Bangkok, and we are right now creating the program for architect students, how they will go in Trans-Siberian, and they will have workshops in the train and exploration of the architecture in the cities. And this would be good combination of work in the train and then, you know, gathering materials in the cities. So what we are thinking right now, it's also to shift, not even to shift, but try this project with corporate clients and do workations with some companies. So if you're interested in that, you can come to me and I will tell you more in details. This is the route of last year. So for you to better understand what is the process, how does it look like? So right now this is a story not only Trans-Siberian, but Trans-Siberian and Trans-Mongolian route. So we start in Moscow and we go through Russia, and then we go to Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, and we finish our trip there. We do stops, so we not stay only in the train and don't go to the shower and everything. No, we stay in the train some time. For example, first from Moscow to Yekaterinburg, it's 29 hours. So we stay this time in the train, we eat there, we sleep there. Then we go out. We take our clothes, we take all people, we don't forget anyone in the train. We stay in the city, we sleep there, also work, spend some time, depends on the city, sometimes it's 2 days, sometimes more, and then we continue travel. For example, in Irkutsk, we stay 3 days in order to go to Baikal and see, you know, to experience some nature. This route was 13 days, but it could be smaller, it could like less days, it could be 11 days, depends on the program. About the figures and the organization process, how does it look like, and about the price, because it's also like a common question that I'm asked. So intense works, it's about 2 months of preparation. So this time we need to organize visas for the people, to book everything, hotels and co-workings. Comfortably, it's from 20 to 60 people in the train. One wagon fits 36 people, but we can do 2. We had the largest group was 30 people with us. And 11 days, it's a good timing. And the price is around 1,000 euros. That includes what is written there. So what I wanted to tell, that remote is here. It's coming, and it's really definitely changing the culture. And but it's not only beneficial. There are pros and cons, and we need to remember about them. And and when you implement remote, take the best practices of that. But still, people need people, and bring them together and work with them together. And I'm here to help you to bring people together. Thank you very much. Thank you.